Stop. Before you scroll past this, I need you to understand something that's going to make you very uncomfortable. You are not you. The person you think you are, the thoughts running through your head right now, the emotions you're feeling, they were installed, programmed, like software running on hardware you never chose. And here's what terrifies the people who programmed you. You can be reprogrammed. In the next 15 minutes, I'm going to show you something that can't be unseen. A way of operating that will separate you from 99% of humanity. They'll look at you differently. They won't be able to explain it, but they'll feel it. This isn't motivation. This isn't self-help. This is the manual they don't want you to have. If you're not ready to see behind the curtain, leave now. Because once you see this, you can't go back to sleep. Let me tell you what happened to you. From the moment you were born, you entered a system. Not a conspiracy, something far more elegant. A social operating system that's been refined for thousands of years. And its primary function? To make you predictable. Think about it. You were taught to seek approval, to fear judgment, to chase validation from people who are themselves enslaved by the same programming. Your parents, your teachers, your peers, all running the same software, passing it down like a virus they don't even know they're carrying. You learned that being good means suppressing your instincts, that wanting power makes you bad, that putting yourself first is selfish, that showing emotion is strength and strategy is cold. They lied, not because they were evil, but because they were conditioned. And now, you're perpetuating the same lies to yourself every single day. You wake up, you check what other people think, you adjust your behavior based on approval metrics, likes, comments, the look in someone's eyes when you speak. You're not living, you're performing. And the audience? They're prisoners too, judging your performance based on rules they never questioned. This is the matrix they don't talk about. Not computers, not simulation theory. The matrix is consensus reality. It's the agreement that we all pretend certain things matter that don't. That we all play by rules that serve the system, not you. That we all stay in our lane, suppress our nature, and call it civilization. But here's the secret they buried. The rules were made by people, and people can be transcended. So what does it mean to go beyond human? It doesn't mean you become some mystical being. It means you step outside the emotional prison that keeps everyone else trapped. Let me break this down into what I call the 3 separations. Separation 1, emotional sovereignty. Most people are emotional slaves. Something happens, they react. Someone disrespects them, they get angry. Someone praises them, they feel validated. They're puppets, and reality is pulling the strings. You're going to sever those strings. This doesn't mean becoming emotionless. That's weak. It means you choose your emotional responses. You feel everything, but nothing controls you. Someone tries to manipulate you with anger. You observe it like watching a child throw a tantrum. Someone tries to love bomb you for compliance. You see the strategy behind the sweetness. You become the observer of your own emotions, not suppressing them, not indulging them, wielding them. Most men are terrified of their own darkness, their anger, their ambition, their capacity for calculated ruthlessness. So they bury it and wonder why they feel powerless. You're going to integrate it, the light and the shadow. Because a man who's only capable of kindness isn't kind, he's harmless. And there's a massive difference. Separation 2, reality distortion. Here's something Machiavelli understood that modern society wants you to forget. Reality is negotiable. Not facts, but the interpretation of facts. The meaning assigned to events. The narrative. Most people accept the narrative given to them. They let society tell them what success means, what masculinity means, what they should want. And they spend their entire lives chasing goals that were never theirs. You're going to author your own reality. This means understanding that every single social interaction is a negotiation of frame. Whose reality are we operating in? Yours or theirs? When someone tries to shame you, they're attempting a frame takeover. They want you to accept their interpretation of your behavior. Weak men accept it and apologize. Strong men impose their own frame. You're too aggressive. Weak response? Sorry, I'll tone it down. Frame-holding response? I'm decisive. Most people confuse clarity with aggression because they're uncomfortable with certainty. See the difference? You're not arguing, you're not defending. You're redefining reality itself. And most people will unconsciously accept your frame because you hold it with unwavering conviction. This is how leaders operate. This is how power moves, not by force, by presence. Separation 3. Strategic invisibility. This is the most advanced concept, and most people never grasp it. The ultimate power move, making people underestimate you. Everyone wants to be seen as powerful, to be recognized, to be validated. That's ego, and ego is a leash. When you truly transcend, you realize that being underestimated is the greatest advantage you can have. Let them think you're simple. Let them think you're nice. Let them think you're not a threat. And while they sleep on you, you're moving pieces on the board they don't even see. Machiavelli wrote, "The lion cannot protect himself from traps, and the fox cannot defend himself from wolves. One must therefore be a fox to recognize traps, and the lion to frighten wolves. Be both, but show them only what serves your purposes." This doesn't mean being fake, it means being selective. Your true self? That's for the few who've earned access. Everyone else gets the version of you that's useful. Most men broadcast everything, every plan, every victory, every struggle. They think it's authentic. It's not authentic. It's strategic incompetence. The man who operates beyond human, he moves in silence. He lets his results speak. And when people finally notice, he's already 10 moves ahead. So how do you actually do this? How do you reprogram yourself? This isn't theory. This is operational. Step 1. The morning separation. Every morning, before you look at your phone, before you engage with the world, I want you to do something that will feel strange at first. Sit in silence for 5 minutes and ask yourself, who am I pretending to be today? Not who you are, who you're pretending to be. What mask are you putting on? What performance are you about to give? Once you see the mask, you can choose to wear it consciously or take it off. But most people never even realize they're performing. This single practice creates the observer consciousness. You step outside yourself and watch yourself play the game. Step 2. The reaction delay. Here's a tactical weapon. 3-second rule. Before you react to anything, praise, criticism, provocation, pause for 3 seconds. Breathe. Observe the emotional impulse arising, and then choose your response. This seems simple. It's not. It's reprogramming decades of conditioning. But those 3 seconds? That's where power lives. That's the gap between stimulus and response that separates machines from masters. Most people are pure reaction. Stimulus hits, they respond automatically. You're going to break that chain. Step 3. The weekly audit. Every Sunday evening, ask yourself 3 questions. What did I do this week based on what I truly wanted versus what others expected? Who did I allow to dictate my emotional state? What reality did I accept that I should have challenged? Write down the answers. Don't judge yourself, just observe. You're debugging your own programming. Over time, you'll notice patterns. The same people triggering the same reactions. The same situations exposing the same weaknesses. And once you see the pattern, you can rewrite the code.
Step 4. The dark integration. This is the part that separates pretenders from practitioners. You need to sit with the parts of yourself you've been taught to hate. Your ambition, your rage, your selfishness, your desire for dominance. Society told you these things are evil. They lied. These are tools, and like any tool, they're neutral until directed. A knife can prepare food or take a life. Same knife, different intention. Your darkness isn't the problem. Your fear of your darkness is the problem. Because that fear means someone else controls it by threatening to expose it, judge it, shame it. When you integrate it, when you own every part of yourself without apology, they have no leverage, no button to push, no weakness to exploit. You become unmanipulatable. And that's when you become truly dangerous. Not to others, to the system. Because a man who cannot be controlled cannot be contained. Now, I need to tell you something important. This path, it's lonely. When you start operating from this level, you'll notice something disturbing. Most people don't want to wake up. They're addicted to their prison. The predictability comforts them. The rules make them feel safe. And when they see you breaking free, some will be inspired. But most will try to pull you back down. They'll call you cold, manipulative, changed. You're not the same person anymore. Exactly. You're not the same person. You're not running their software anymore. And that terrifies them, because your freedom reminds them of their chains. You'll lose friends. Relationships will end. People you thought were solid will reveal themselves as anchors, not wings. Let them go. This is the price of transcendence. You cannot ascend while carrying people who are committed to staying grounded. But here's what you'll gain: unshakable self-trust. Because you're no longer outsourcing your decisions to consensus. Strategic advantage. Because you see the game everyone else is unconsciously playing. Authentic power. Not the fake confidence of affirmations, the real power that comes from integrated darkness and light. Freedom. True freedom. The kind that can't be given or taken because it exists independent of external circumstances. The question isn't whether you can do this. You can. The neurology is the same. The capacity is there. The question is, will you? Will you choose the discomfort of growth over the comfort of conformity?
Will you risk being misunderstood to be truly free? Will you become something beyond human, or stay safely human forever? There's a concept in philosophy called noble lies. The lies society tells to keep people compliant, to keep them safe, to keep them manageable. You've been told that power corrupts, that ambition is hollow, that nice guys finish last, but that's somehow virtuous, that showing all your emotions makes you authentic, that playing by the rules will reward you. These are the noble lies, and they work brilliantly on people who never question them. But you're questioning now. You've seen behind the curtain. You know the truth. Power doesn't corrupt, it reveals. Ambition isn't the problem. Purposeless ambition is. Nice guys finish last because being nice isn't a strategy. It's the absence of one. Emotional authenticity without discernment is weakness advertised. Rules exist to serve those who made them. You can't unknow this now. It's done. The seed is planted. What you do with it? That's your choice. You can go back to sleep. Some people do. They get glimpses of this and then retreat back into comfortable illusions. Or you can walk through the door, become something beyond human, not superhuman, post-human. Someone operating from principles that transcend the social game everyone else is trapped in. I'll see you on the other side. Or I won't. Either way, you now have the manual. If this opened your eyes, you know what to do. Share it with someone ready to wake up. Subscribe if you want more forbidden knowledge, and comment beyond if you're committed to the path. Most won't, but you're not most people, are you?